You guys, this right here is the cutest red rose ribbon. We're going to mix that with black for drama. And what we need to do is I want to cut these tails at 20 inches, nice and dramatic. So I'll measure out to 20 and then I'm going to twist that right in my bow maker. While I hold this with my right hand tight, I'm going to make another loop over here. And we're going to go at 6 inches. And I'm going to twist and do 6 inches here on the right. We're going to do 3 loops in the background. This gorgeous pinstripe is one of my favorite ribbons. It's kind of, you know, underappreciated because it's just a simple stripe, but it's so dramatic. If you'll text us at 832-734-5201, if you will text us the word supply, it will send you the supply list for all of the latest projects. So one of the reasons you want to utilize our text list is anytime you're watching our video and you want an answer, you want a link to another video, you need help, instant answers are provided by these words we're giving you. So you don't have to wait for us to get back to you. You know, we're always happy to help you in customer service, but if you do something on the automated system, boom, you're not waiting, and that's instant gratification. So I'm cutting these tails at angles, just nice sweet angles, and then I'm staggering them up. So if this one's 20 inches, this one's like 18. Staggering them up, I'm twisting, and then 6 inches, these are at 5 inches. The next loop's at 5, and then I'm twisting, and we're going to keep doing that on both sides. Now my next layer here is just going to have 2 loops on either side. And we're going to get that nice and fluffy. Make them nice and loopy. But I love how pretty and dramatic that red is in there. I'm going to pull that down and just cut and measure these to where they're about the same length, opposite each other. And what I want to do now is I want to bring a little bit of the black to the top. And we'll do a simple, about a 14-inch tail on here. And make sure you cut that to match. I like all of those matching on the cuts. And let's go in about 5 inches on this loop to finish out. You can see how clean and crisp that black is in there, and that red just dramatic. Okay, so once our bow is made, we're going to take our cable tie and run it right down the center. Put a finger on top, pull it up, add some pressure, and then just move your bow maker out of the way. You guys, if you need a link for that easy bow maker, just text us. All you gotta do is text us BOWS, B-O-W-S, and it will send you the link for the bow maker too, okay? Fluff this out, and if you don't have, you can go to textclee.com too to access the text list, guys, and get signed up. So you can see I fluffed it out really pretty. You see how the loops, the movement, that's really what you need, okay? It can't be flat, it can't be tight, or you will have not the pretty loops that you're looking for. Get that really tight, trim that tail off. And I'm going to use the red rose ribbon right in the center to kind of finish it off. So I'll take a piece of that, cut about a 8 or 10 inch strip, fold it on itself, and we're going to run that right down the middle. Yes. And that'll give a nice clean look down the center. So pretty, guys. I love that. Easy. So I'm taking a look at the lips and I'm establishing that these are the top, right? So it's facing you the correct direction. And once I know how I'm going to place these on my wreath base, I'm going to see where they're going to connect with the grapevine. That'll tell me where I'm going to be making my attachment points. And you might see this little thing in my hand. This is like an awl. You can also use an ice pick or something pointy. It helps you get through fabric really easy. You might need some scissors also to help you cut a little hole. Okay, so I know I'm going to attach it in these 2 places. So I'm just going to take and flip it over and make sure you have the front rather than the back of the, the device. You want to be going into the back, okay? So what I'm going to do is just take and make me a little hole here. And a lot of things we use for wreaths are not usually that hard to get through. This is like a felt material, and you can see I'm able to just press right through it. Take your cable tie. I like to use cable ties. And then you're just going to run it right through. So that one's done, okay? We pierced it, baby. You've just been pierced. Sorry. Maybe, it's in trend. We're piercing the edges of the lips now. We're doing something different. We're starting a whole new trend. These piercings are going to be hidden. This is not really very heavy, so it's really easy just to pop those in, and these will hold it in place. So now I'm going to flip it over. I know this is the top of my wreath, and I kind of want this catty corner right here. You guys, if you've never watched us live, we totally want to welcome you. We'd love for you to be on our text list so we can let you know when we have new videos coming out. So no matter where they're posted, you can find them and follow us along. So text us. Our number is 832-734-5201. Text us the word live for live notifications, and text us the word supply for the latest supply list for this wreath right here. This is our big lips kiss wreath, and we are going to be making it all together. So I just wanted to show you how easy it was to attach the lips and rock and roll. So the best way to find out everything we've got going on is head over to Keleas.com, and we'll send you a link directly if you text us, 832-734-5201. We're going to start off with our foundation points, and that's going to be our gorgeous little mini roses here. So I'm going to cut those out of their little cluster. The nice thing is these come all bundled in a pretty little bundle and easy to work with. You guys know we have the whole supply list for you here on Keleas.com. Let me start creating our base. We're using a mini rose bush like this because it's got a filler flower, it's got a greenery, and a little bit of a main flower in these roses. So this is why you want to follow Keleas here, guys, because I'm going to teach you all these tricks to make these things faster and easier on your projects, because I've sold thousands of wreaths myself. I've done craft shows for over 25 years. I've sold thousands of wreaths on Etsy, and now we even sell beautiful wreath making supplies to make this process so much easier for you. And the reason I can help you with that is because I've been there, I've done it, and I love to help you. These are so funky cool that I'm going to hold these for another project because they're fun, but there's some things I could put these in for Easter or spring that would be killer. So I'm going to hold those little berries off. So I'm prepping the second bush, and then we're going to bring up the glue pot here to the table and go ahead and be able to easily attach these. So I'm just pulling off that little bit of, what is this, raffia here. You could save that, but it's a little bit too small to save. And I'm saving these for later though, because those are so cute. And they would be cute in here too, but I have bigger plans for those little balls. So we're trimming every stem down to about 2 inches. And I'm using 2 bushes of this for this wreath. If you wanted to make it a little bit not as full, you could downsize to 1 if you wanted. All right. So grab all of those. Let me grab my glue pot and get it back here in position. Glue pot ready to roll. All right. You can see my lips are catty corner. I have hung them that way on purpose. This is the midline of the wreath. So this is the top, that is the bottom. So when we start to accent with these pieces, we are keeping that in mind. Now the other thing you're going to need is a little Spanish moss. Let me grab my buqueta. It's a big bucket. I don't think we should call it a buqueta. It's a bouquet, a biggie. There's our Spanish moss. We're going to use that to hide our mechanics as we go along creating. All right, let's do this. So we're going to start to add a little bit down here. And these are so fun, these mini roses. Let's start to shape it out. We're going to bring a little bit up here. And then anywhere I can see my glue, I've got to cover it with Spanish moss. That is why we use the Spanish moss. Now, I'm leaving a little space open in between, and we call that the bow zone because we're going to have a bow. I want you to see how quickly this comes together. This comes together so fast because it is so stinking cute. Yeah. And I love these big old lips. I've had more fun making them kiss the camera. It has been so much fun. On our trip to market, I am going to look for more props like this that I can make do crazy things to the camera. All right, we've got a little bit of spacing down there. We got 2 going to the left, 2 going to the right. Now we're going to come up here to the top and have some fun too, because of course we need to. And then watch that greenery. If it's going the wrong way, I want to take a second to manipulate it and get it going behind. I love that long leaf eucalyptus. So I definitely want to make sure I'm using it. Now up here, I'm tightening up the transition point. That's where things meet. I'm tightening that up because I want it to be more, particularly, we're not going to have a bow up there. It's going to be tighter. Okay, I'm going to take another piece and use it up here because I want to bring this line up just a little higher. So when you put these base materials in, it gives you the opportunity to kind of create the look you're going for. I'm going to hold on to this piece so we can use it in and around the bow. So I'm just going to put that aside. And now we want to grab our beautiful heart picks and use those next. Okay, we really want them to be shining and sparkling in this design. So I'm going to take and tear off the longer piece. And we'll leave the other two pieces connected. And we'll cut those right here. Okay, you guys, if you're enjoying this video, you would probably love Design School, where I teach you every week how to design, and I go further in depth where you learn the principles so that you can know how to have proper placement in your pieces you're making. And when you have proper placement and you add more depth and dimension, you're able to get a higher level of a customer when you sell your pieces, if you're a seller. And if you're not a seller, you just get a higher level of design in your own home. Okay, let's bring another pick up here. Oh my gosh. You guys, we are working on a 14-inch wreath base here on this one. I do not know if I added that to the supply list, so make sure you keep that in mind. This is the smaller wreath base. I want the lips to be like the big showy boom, 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 boom. And then the sweet little hearts are going to go at the top also. So basically, if you can see, the cluster at the bottom is larger we're building, and it's repeated at the top, but it's more petite and more delicate. So we'll bring these pieces in to just crisscross up here. Bring those in, separate this one, and we'll bring these in to the opposite direction. Right in here. Come on, baby. Oh gosh, so stinking cute. Let those like kiss in the middle. Separate these out a little. Let them party. Really adorable. Now, before we go any further with the filler flowers or anything else, what we need to do is I would like to go ahead and put in the bow. Okay, because that's going to really define our shape. And then we're going to come in with this filler and make it nice and full and adorable. Now I'm going through the grapevine in the back here so I can get it nice and attached the best I can. And running the cable tie through there. Oh my gosh, so cute! These juicy roses and that black popping against the lip and these cute little gingham. Oh my gosh, did that tie it together so cutely? I love it. And I took and I curled these tails too. You can curl them some more or less, but you can see how whimsical those are. But we're not quite done. It looks really good. It's looking great. But we need some filler. We need the filler to fill in and make it just a little more polished. So what I want you to do is, you're not going to use this whole bush, but I want you to take and just tear off about, I'm going to tear off 2 major stems. Let's go with 3. 3 big stems, and we'll have some more for another project. But there's 3 right there, okay? I like to tear. It's easier on your hands. I know you might have heard me say before, I've had a couple of hand surgeries from overusing and overcutting. So that's why you'll see me tear. I think it's safer. Now, if you start loving using this filler flower, go for it and add in more. It's kind of like a greenery and a filler flower. It's a beautiful combo. Okay, I'm going to take a couple of the bigger pieces, and we're going to use these right in here, and I'm going to tuck it just right next to where my cute little hearts are. Okay, one more on this side. And these function like a twig and a grass, and they just give it that little kick. So pull those knickers up, slide it right under there. Okay, now I'm going to use a 3rd bigger cluster to come right up here and just cross this corner of this lip. So I'm framing out this bow. Isn't that pretty when we put that in there? Oh, look at that. That's so stinking cute. I love it. I love it, guys. Now, let's put a little bit more at the top. So let me grab a couple more pieces. I should have known I'd want a little more, you know. I'm never happy. Oh, we have a storm rolling in. You might hear that. We've got like a rumbler going on. So this time I'm going to layer a little bit more on top of the clusters we have going here. So it kind of covers those hearts just slightly. Let's trim this one down a little. And this is just a sweet little accent point up here. The reason I didn't do a second bow is because I think the first bow is able to just be dramatic down there. Really dramatic and really, really pretty. I love her. So remember, she hangs like this. So this is her top. So that's cascading off, and this is right here. Now, grab the last bit of your beautiful little roses, because we're going to tuck in with these around. I'm going to trim the eucalyptus off and cut these into like 3 little clusters. I'm going to use this little piece in here to go right here at the top. This is all detail work, and you do your detail work at the end so you can make sure you give your piece this finished little look. Tuck those in, make sure they're going the right way. Now a couple little roses in here between the hearts. And then I'm going to want to put a little Spanish moss. I love adding just a little bit of Spanish moss between things, like pumpkins or watermelons or any kind of any balls, anything that's touching in your work. A little Spanish moss gives this little touch between the two. I don't even know what we want to call it, but it's so cute. Take a little bit, take in here, get your hot glue. Don't put the hot glue on the moss, you will burn yourself, okay? I know why, because I've done it before. And then we're going to tuck that right in there. Oh my God, so soft and sweet. Ah, so cute. Okay, I'm going to take the last little bit of roses. And we're going to tuck these in right here to the top of the bow. And let those just kind of come in right there to the top. I got one little bitty piece left. And let's have that come into the bottom. Oh my gosh, Blue Merinos, I hope you have enjoyed making this as much as I have. This is stinking adorable. This big kiss wreath certainly deserves a big kiss from you guys. She is precious. Your hanger goes right here, guys, and this is the top and the bottom. Let those beautiful tails hang down and really be the star of the show. She's a show off for sure. Thanks for being here, y'all. I'll see you next time we're live. Don't forget to get on the text list, 832-734-5201. Text us the word live. We'll tell you the next time we're live, and you'll never miss another video. Bye, Blue Merinos, and make sure you like, subscribe, follow, do all the things wherever you're watching. We